Hello everybody, Kerry the Schmidt House. Uh, this upcoming video is kind of incomplete. I screwed up somewhere and lost some of the footage. But what we did, we put some eggs in the incubator this year. We put 14 eggs in the incubator, and I had that all videoed process we did, and talked about storing the eggs and putting them in there, and process we did, and somehow or another that footage got lost. So I was gonna just trash everything. I was gonna throw all the rest of the video away, but thought, I'm not gonna do this again until next year. So I wanted to have something about the chicks that we did hatch out. So we're just not going to have that part on the video. So instead of trashing, I thought I'd keep it and make a video for my own purpose. Maybe people would get something out of it, get a little information. Just a cheap China, made in China incubator. We did really well with last year. Didn't have quite so much luck this year. I hope you enjoy it. Well, after 20 days in the incubator, the chicks started hatching. On day 20, we hatched 4. And on day 22, we hatched 1 more, and that was it. We hatched 5 chicks out of 14 eggs, which is pretty disappointing. Last year, we had 17 eggs in the incubator. We hatched 16 chicks, and out of those 16, all but 3 survived. So this is pretty disappointing. I don't know what happened. We did everything the exact same. So I think a lot of it was the eggs, because we took the eggs out, and several of those that didn't hatch weren't fertile, but probably 4 of them or 5 did have undeveloped chicks in them. Looked like they were almost developed, but then for whatever reason they just quit developing. I guess that's God's way. But we're happy with what we got. Blessed with 5 little chicks, and they're doing great. They're in the house. We have them here in the living room in a little makeshift brooder, and they're getting pretty nasty. So it's like day, probably some of them I think one of them is 3 days old, and the other 4 are 4 days old, and they're already making a huge mess in here. I'm gonna have to do something to get them out of here. I can't keep the water clean enough, and yeah, it stinks in here already, and so I'm gonna have to get them outside and get them in a brooder. Our outside shed, new shed, we don't have electricity in it yet. Hopefully we'll get that in this week. We got all the wire laid out, ready to get hooked up. Just I need to get with my electrician, tell him we're ready to go, and see what his schedule is, if he can come over and get everything hooked up. But it would be nice to be able to put this out in that shed for a little while before we just put them outside. But I have a brooder I built. If you watched one of my videos from last year, I built a little brooder for the first set of chickens, and that'll work. Got this little heater, Producer's Pride, little chicken warmer heater thing I'll put in there that I didn't have last time. Last time I just used an incandescent bulb, and that worked fine, a light in there. So I'm gonna put this little warmer in here and in there, and I'm gonna have the light on for them, and I think they'll be fine out there. Yeah, they're already trying to get out. They keep trying to look over the edge and wanting to jump out. This thing is a little bit warm. I don't know if they're males or females. I can't tell. I've never been good at that. If anybody can tell by looking at this video, then that would be wonderful. But they're cream leg bar, Rhode Island Red crosses. I think we also have an Easter egg or hen out there. One of these came from it. One of the dark ones. I think this one right here. It had a hard time. It was the last one to be hatched, and it wouldn't come out of the shell. It was in the shell, had the shell halfway broken for probably 8-9 hours. Wouldn't come out, so we ended up taking tweezers and breaking the shell the rest of the way. By then the shell, everything had dried out and the shell was stuck to it. So yeah, it was hard getting all that off of it. And then it wouldn't walk, just laid there. We thought it was going to die, but took it to the water and gave it some water and taught it how to drink, and it's doing pretty good now. I think what happened last time, we had so many of them in a small brooder. A couple of the little chicks the first couple of weeks that died. The other ones were just trampling them, you know, and here they have more room. There's not as many chicks. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, got something out of it. Like I say, we've got a few more additions to the Schmidt House clan now, so try to keep you updated on them. All the other chickens are doing well. We had a chicken mite outbreak, and man, we tried everything to get rid of them. Diatomaceous earth, and that just didn't seem to do anything. We put a lot of that out. It knocked them back, but it didn't do it. And then we went and Tractor Supply and bought some kind of flea spray. And it really didn't do anything either. So then wife went back to Tractor Supply and bought something called Paramethrin 10, I believe it was, and we mixed a bunch of that with water in a 5-gallon bucket, drenched them, and then took the rest of that stuff in the bucket and just splashed it all around in their coop, and went out the next day, and we didn't see any mites at all. Didn't have nothing jumping on us, no fleas, no nothing. So hopefully that took care of them. Wanted to get those taken care of before we put the chicks out there. But anyway, I'll quit rambling on. Hope you enjoyed it. Like always, if you made it this far, think about it. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, it helps us out. And God bless.